Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Today I would like to share with you some areas of my life that minimalism has had a profound effect on and really changed for the better. Hi, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Freya and I'm an aspiring minimalist mom, and I just like to share some thoughts with you today. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. It is awesome to have you back. Okay, some areas of my life that minimalism has profoundly affected are, I'm gonna give you it's friends, my schedule, my time, my finances, my house, my health, the way I buy groceries, and the way I do my paperwork. Let me just get into depth. I do have videos on some of those, and I will put some links below if you want to go more into depth. So the first area is friends. I used to think that I need a lot of friends, and that whenever I had a party or my birthday, I thought, well, I have to invite all my friends. That is so important to see everyone. I have moved away from that mindset, and it has relaxed me so much more. Let me specify. I had my birthday in May this year, and of course it was still like the end of Corona. Well, not really the end, but it was when it started to loosen up just a little bit here in Germany. And I thought, well, I want to start celebrating my birthday. I hadn't celebrated for years, and I wanted just to invite some friends. However, in the past, whenever I invited all of my friends, it was just exhausting. Now, number one, I had to make all the food and prepare everything. Number two, I couldn't really even talk to everyone that day. It exhausted me trying to be there for all of my guests. So what I decided at one point was, whenever I invite friends, I just invite a couple of friends, and then I invite another couple of friends at another time, and have more times when I invite friends and open my home and sit together, but do it in a much more laid back and relaxed way. And you know, even not cooking, and just make it easier for myself, maybe getting something at the local deli or ordering something at the bakery, some cake, which, you know, they're still making the best that I know. Probably my food is really good, but I just don't want to stress. Nowadays, all I think of is it necessary? Is it really the most important thing? Or what is really important? When I celebrate my birthday, the most important thing is to be together, to get to talk to my friends. And since I only invited 2 friends, I actually got to talk to both of them in a very valuable way, and it was so much nicer than having 20 people. Needless to say, afterwards I didn't have to clean as much. I just took out the regular plates that we use every day for our family, and we just had a couple more people at the table, and it was quite laid back. And afterwards, I didn't have to stress out, and before I didn't have to stress out. Also being much more picky about who I call my friend. I really, in the past, called a lot of people my friend, but they're not really. So I moved away from thinking of people as a friend that are more of an acquaintance. So there are acquaintances, there are people I know that I maybe sometimes hang out with, and there are actually friends. And actual friends, I have really changed my mindset about who is a friend and what is a friend. A friend is someone I can call anytime, day or night. If I'm sick, they're gonna come and help me. That's a friend. A friend is someone I can talk about pretty much anything. So it's someone who knows all my dark secrets, who really knows me, and maybe they don't have to have been around for a long time, but a friend is actually someone that I get very personal with. And then there are acquaintances. But acquaintances are different. You don't hang out with them all the time, and you don't have to. I am very selective nowadays who I let in my circle of friends. I used to be the type of person I wanted to be liked, and I wanted people to think that, you know, they want to be with me and they want to be around me. But now I'm actually grateful. If there's anything that person does that really bothers me, I don't have to be friends with them. It's okay. I can just stay an acquaintance, and I don't have to be that close with them. And there are very few people that I really want to be close friends with, because I don't have the capacity to keep up with like 25 friendships. Those are more acquaintances, and those are people that I would call, you know, maybe like looser friends, if you will. And then there are real friends that I could just, like, anytime I could call them up and they would be there. Like if I had to go to the hospital right now and nobody else was here to take me, I could call them. They would probably drop what they're doing and they would come and help me because they're my closest friends. So number 2 is my time, my schedule. I have been saying no to almost everything, and I'm just now getting back into very selectively just deciding what can I say yes to, what's an opportunity, because I have made some space in my schedule, in my time, and I can now maybe very, very selectively, and I'm very protective of my time, let back some things. The bottom line is, the most important thing is that I'm not stressed, because that is worse than anything else. Do I want to have a stressed life? No. There are moments where we can be stressed. It can't be avoided. I think everyone has that, and there's nothing you can do to avoid that permanently. But I don't want to be having that constant stress of having to meet deadlines and having to do. It's enough as it is. I give myself deadlines and they're enough. And I just recently decided I'm going to slow down on some things, and I'm going to get a little bit more organized. I'm so happy that I can now because of Corona. It was just all a mess, and it was really hard to predict anything. And I'm a sucker for making plans. So I'm so happy now that I can actually make a plan again, like a short term, a mid-term, and a long term, to meet my goals and ultimately to live the life that I dream of living. I'm really, really close. I have a dream life. I would consider that my dream life. I work for myself. I work from home. I make great money. I'm not rich, but because I don't have that many needs and I'm more of a minimalist, I don't really need that much. So I'm investing, I'm putting back money, I'm saving. So it feels good to have a cushion. I'm in a really good place, I would say. And I have done all that while making more time and saying no to almost everything. So you can say no to almost everything if you focus in on those few things that are really important, that are moving the needle. So my schedule, it's not empty, but it's not cluttered with a zillion things that I just have to be here and there and everywhere. The next area is my finances. I have become so much more organized and so much more minimal. I have an actual budget. I use an online tool. It's Dave Ramsey's everydollar.com. You can get to that website and there's a free version. I use the free version because the paid one isn't worth it to me because it connects to American accounts only. I'm in Germany, so it's not worth it. But I've been using that for years, and it's very cool just to see everything at a glance, where your money is going. It has this little pie chart where it shows you, well, maybe not a pie chart, but like a circle chart, where it shows you what percentage of your money goes to housing, to transportation, to savings, to debt, which I don't really have debt anymore. I did lease a car, but I have the option to give that back next year. And I'm still debating whether we're going to continue keeping it or trade it in for the next one. I am self-employed. I'm a freelancer, so I can claim it on my taxes, and it reduces my taxes a bit. So that is one of the tactical things that I just got into debt for. But I have cut out everything and all the subscriptions because I have that every dollar tool. It is really cool because you can see at a glance, what do I have? Like any small subscription, that creeps in after a while, you can reassess and think like, do I really still need that? And then oftentimes I will cancel subscriptions because I don't really need them anymore. So there's going to be more that I cancel that I'm going to talk about as this video goes on. But all my finances are easy to handle now because I have everything on autopilot. Everything is automatic. Every month, money goes into my savings, money goes into my investments, money goes into different accounts to put money back for taxes at the end of the year. Money goes places automatically. It goes to my daughter's account. I'm doing a savings for her, an investment savings for her. So everything is pretty much on autopilot and very hands-off. I do sometimes invest some time in researching about some stocks because I want to be a smart investor, and so I want to educate myself. But other than that, everything's pretty much automatic. Also, all my bill pay, there's really only 1 or 2 bills per year that come to my house in the mail. Everything else is just autopilot. I don't have to do anything. It just is drafted from my account, and it's pretty easy. So having your savings and your spending on autopilot always puts you in a nice balanced place. Of course, that is if you have the income to do it that way. I know that some people aren't in a place where they can't even put anything in the savings, but then you should automatically have that money designated to go into your debt like crazy. And of course, try to minimize other things in your life that I'm still going to talk about so that you can put more money into your savings. The next thing is my house. Of course, I have minimized stuff. And by minimizing stuff, I'm also creating more time because I don't have to look for stuff. I don't have to maintain as much. I don't have to clean. Cleaning does take more time when you have more stuff lying around. So when you have a lot of knickknacks and tchotchkes, whatever that is, I don't know if that's a word, just stuff everywhere, like decor. When you have a lot of decor, in order to dust, just take it all off, then you dust, and you have to put it back on, and then dust the stuff. I don't have a lot of that. I have very minimal decor, and that makes cleaning easier and faster. I don't have to move around stuff. I have a lot of stuff, like the floors are pretty clear. I don't have a lot of rugs either, so I don't have to fold over rugs and worry about, the edges. I don't have to clean the rugs a lot. I really have only in my bedroom, I'm looking at it right now, in my daughter's bedroom, and then one other rug. Other than that, like in the living room space, there's technically a rug, but that material isn't like a rug. It's very much almost like just a regular floor. And so that really minimizes on the time that I spend cleaning. So making the home minimal has made me a calmer person. The next area of my life that minimalism has had a profound effect on is my health, and that goes together with the way I buy groceries. So I used to have a gym membership. I canceled that. I'm more minimal now. I run, I do yoga, I do body weight training. I have one set of free weights that are enough. Well, I have two pairs, but the one pair is in my vocal coach teaching room. I use it for my students a lot and to demonstrate. So technically I have one pair and that's enough. Other than that, there's nothing I can't do with my body for my workout goals. My goal is to stay healthy. I don't need to lose weight. I'm not overweight. I'm not underweight. I don't want to bulk. I just want to stay healthy and fit, and I want to keep my cardiovascular system strong, my heart strong. Those are my goals. So running and yoga and body weight training, HIIT trainings, there's tons of videos on YouTube. That is really awesome. That is totally enough, and I don't have to spend money on it. I have a few apps that I use for all my workouts, and very much, I could change things up and have a lot of variety and not get bored. But I never get bored of being outside and running, actually, because I have a dog. That minimizes time too. I have to go for a walk with the dog anyway, and so I just combine it with running. So I run with the dog, and then I have walked the dog and gone for a run, and the dog is happy because he hasn't just walked, he has actually gone for a run with me, and so he has a reason to sleep all day. Now, also what has affected my health in a positive way is to think more minimal when it comes to buying groceries. I only buy stuff that actually exists in nature in some way, shape, or form. So I don't buy a lot of packaged stuff or anything really packaged. I buy potatoes and then I make my French fries. Or I buy chicken and then I make chicken. I don't buy pre-fried or pre-done anything. It has saved money. It has, well, maybe it hasn't saved time, but I made time in other areas, so I have more time here, but it is paid back to me. It is a lot healthier to make things from scratch. I make my own bread from my own sourdough. When I make waffles, I don't buy waffle mix or pre-made waffles. When I want waffles, I just kind of have to whip it up. It doesn't really take that long, but pancakes, anything that you can get, almost anything I make from scratch. There are some things I get for convenience, definitely. But those are usually things that like Romy likes or someone else. And really I like. Just yesterday, I just made a pumpkin. I just cooked a butternut pumpkin. I put it in the crock pot in the morning. And then for lunch, Romy had something else because she doesn't like pumpkin. But I just had that pumpkin. I cut it in half, scraped out the seeds, and then I just put some sour cream on and put some salt. It's amazing. Just pumpkin with some sour cream and salt. It just tastes heavenly. I love it. It's simple, it's cheap, and it's healthy. I don't buy that pumpkin puree in cans because that aluminum isn't so great. So, just minimizing anything that is packaged in plastic. It is great for my health. I make my own cocoa. I don't buy the pre-made. I just have organic cocoa. And if my daughter wants it with something sweet, I put some brown sugar in it. Or if I wanted anything sweet, which I really don't have that sweetened. I would put some maple syrup in or some honey, but I just make my own cocoa with cocoa powder and some cinnamon and some cardamom, and I heat it up and, you know, put it in milk, and that's it. I don't buy, was it Swiss Miss in the States? I don't buy that stuff. So that's just me. I'm happy with that. And so I think that is not for everyone, but I love making everything from scratch these days. I spend less money. I buy seasonally. I think it does have health benefits to eat seasonally because that food doesn't have to travel all over the world and be harvested when it's not even ripe yet. I do get bananas, don't get me wrong, but the majority of my produce, I try to get it locally and seasonally, and there's lots of stuff here in Germany that I can't even get in the winter that actually grows here in the winter, or I make my own sauerkraut so I can actually store the cabbage. And lastly, my paperwork. I'm gonna link up a video about my paperwork, how I organize it, because I made a video recently if you want to get more into detail. Minimalism has literally saved my life just by getting my paperwork in order. I have saved money, I've stayed on top of things, I'm calmer, I don't get in trouble because I forgot to put, you know, like a deadline or like some form. You know, sometimes you get something that you have to sign or you have to do something, take some action. And I missed a lot of stuff in the past because I was not organized. Minimizing and just having that one basket that I show in that other video, just dump it. Minimal, not filing. I would go crazy. I can't deal with that. Like what category does it even go into? If there's more than 10 categories, my brain can't deal with it. So I basically have just 2 folders, 1 basket, and in the basket, everything goes. Everything goes in there, and then if it needs to be kept long term, it goes in the folders. Other than that, nothing goes ever in the folders, and I always know where stuff is. So these are the areas that minimalism has profoundly affected in a very positive way in my life. I would love to know, please comment below, in what ways has minimalism affected your life in a positive way. Please comment. If you are not a minimalist, if you're just watching this video because you're interested in someone else who's living that lifestyle or aspiring to, then let me know what you think would be really cool if you could achieve it. You know, what area of your life would you like to apply minimalism to so that it gets better? Thank you so much for watching. Share the video with someone who may also be interested. I would love for that video to be seen by others. And until next time, I would love to see you again. Stay minimal and just get rid of all that crap. Bye.